Yo, 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 what's up, team? How are we doing this morning? Got a good group here on here already. Get everything pulled up here. We are live. We are live. All right, let's see what the market has in store for us today. I think SPY, Meta, I think Uber has potential. Might be a decent day. PLTR setting up for a really nice swing. I'll talk about that later in the call. Later in this live, but setting up for a really nice swing trade. QCOM was an absolute banger yesterday. Could also be set today, maybe. Google, and if we open up green at market open, don't really like Apple too much. No, like Microsoft. Hood for a day trade, maybe. A lot of potential day trades. Shop, maybe. Nvidia, wow. Everything's setting up. IWM has potential. Let's get to a couple more. Amazon has potential. My goodness, everything is set up today. Now it's about being a little bit more selective. Okay, so looking into SPY, we want to see price come up and kind of touch this supply. So that's going to be trade number one. Okay, on Uber, we're going to need to see, let me remove drawings. We're going to need to see this high break here. Boom. On Meta, Meta's already in. Ooh. Meta looks really good. Man, Meta is clean. If we could get some type of pullback, I just don't think it's going to happen. We could have sniped that on market open. I think Meta is probably toast. See if there's a pullback. QCOM coming inside. That looks good, potentially too. Let's see if we can get supply touched and pull back. Google. Okay, Google is pretty much ready to rip. Google, I'm going to go ahead and look to enter. Got to be fast, boys and girls. Google going to look to enter. Stop is 300 bucks. All right. Go ahead and enter on Google here. Boom. Entered on Google. Let's see. I'll set up OCS to exit later. QCOM again, waiting for that tap. Hood, looking for an entry before anything. Microsoft needs to break here. Shop. Get it to supply. Let me clean up this list a little bit. Nvidia just needs to get inside. IWM just needs to get inside. Amazon's also setting up nicely now too. Amazon with a little bit more of a pullback. Google's not looking too hot. Let's see. Let's see if Google can hold that low. We're rapid fire today. QCOM. All right, if QCOM can kind of pull back here for us, I don't think it's going to. We'll see. Yeah, QCOM's I'm gonna be done with QCOM. Meta probably as well. Yeah, Meta's gone. All right. Google's starting to come back up, just like expected. Amazon looks good too. Amazon can market order now. Let's see if that candle closes inside. I think it will, but yeah, let's wait on Amazon. See if Google can get a grip and close inside as well. Yeah, let's wait on Amazon. I'm gonna set an OCO on Amazon for. Honestly, let's just wait. What I think will happen on Amazon? Push higher. We'll start to pull back, and then we can take that next break. So let's just hold off on Amazon here. But it's gonna be like top of watch list. I think it's setting up really nicely. Google will be interesting. Let's see. Morning, Scott. Google, I'm going to go ahead and set up OCOs for exit here. We're going 1,000 miles an hour. Don't worry, it'll slow down. All right, got my OCO set up on for Google. Add or above, add or below. Yep, looks good. So now I just need to get some price action inside. We should see a nice rotation. Amazon's starting to come back up. Now I don't like that for my stop yet, so I still want to play down here, but I do think that's going to be coming up. So let's just look to set up an OCO. I'm going to be like right at that 1-to-1 right there, like 356.50. I think is a safe bet. Here we go. Yeah, so entered here on Amazon. Nice little 1-to-1 trade market order. We'll see what happens on both. Going to go ahead and set up the OCO orders as well. And again, as market slows down, we'll slow it down. If you're new here, it's not always like this. It's just a crazy kind of morning. Uber's going off. My goodness. Okay, Uber looks great, but not a great stop yet. So for Uber, I want to see something like a pullback and then a break, and we can play that next high. So let me just set an alert down in here. So that's kind of what we're going to look for. Google might be nearing stop now. Yeah, Google's going to stop out, I think. Don't give up on Google, though. We could potentially play it again. And I'll go over why this lost. Well, actually, I never got filled. Hold up. Hold up. Little stop hunt. Hold up now. Hold up now. Hey, hold up now. Let's go. I didn't get stopped out. Now we're cooking with grease. Come on, get inside there. What's going to be like annoying is like you get stopped out again. You don't get stopped out, then you get stopped out. Oh, man. Let's see. Let me set my exits for Amazon. And let's go, baby. Come on. All right, got OCO set for Amazon as well. Come on. No, Omar, you cannot connect TradingView to Thinkorswim for options. You can't trade options inside of TradingView. It doesn't work. All right, so we got two setups kind of just holding off on. Let's see. I'd like to see some closes in there. Again, if we do happen to get like later, if we do happen to get, you know, this kind of price action where we pull back and then break up, I'll look to move my stop up and increase size, but we'll just have to see what happens. Let's have to see what happens. So Google, I feel like Google's going to be an L. Again, we'll just have to see, but so I guess I can. Someone said MSTR and Gabe said Tesla. I didn't even look at Tesla pre-market. Yeah, Tesla looks good too. There's no stop. I don't think it's 1-to-1. Yeah, it's not a good stop. It is setting up nice though. If you somehow like sniped that candle and got a good fill, you're 1-to-1. Be a good trade for you. Google just ripped up, bro. What is going on? Come on, Google. Come on, Google. Let's do this thing, buddy. It does not want to push higher. Yeah, Tesla can get that. Where did Tesla go? Where did Tesla go? If Tesla can get like that kind of strong low there. Okay, Uber pulled back now, right? So now we could potentially have a setup if we want to push higher. I'm not really sure how I didn't get filled here, but oh, my stop's at 357.50. That's why. MU had a crazy pullback. Yeah, really nice here. Really, this looks like more continuation with this low holding, but we'll see. Don't really want to be caught short in that, you know. Like, respectfully, I'm not shorting this. This thing has been on a tear. But what goes up must come down eventually. Come on, just get that close. We have yet to have a close. We have had one full candle close inside. That's kind of crazy, actually. It's always a green day. Scott, it's always a green day, man. What are you talking about? I mean, Meta's green. SPY's like barely red. Qs are barely red. Let's have to see. Google's starting to come up now. Get that close above. Get that 1 minute close above and have us today. Uber's starting to come up. I can't really use that for a stop. It is 50%, but it's kind of quick, but it is 50%. So I could technically use it as a stop. Kind of like double confirmation, right? Bounce off demand at 50%. Almost could take that as like a continuation play. But you can go ahead up and set up an OCO. I'll set up an OCO here. Let me target. Let me target like that little wick there on that 15. I have a feeling there's going to be some orders there. Yeah, that's a nice little 1 to 1.2. So for Uber here, let's go ahead up and set up an OCO. Stop is going to be 50 cents. We're going to look at this Friday expiration on that. Again, in and out today. Probably the 70 call. They're pretty inexpensive. Again, if that is our trade, 50 cent stop. It's about $45 per contract. If we want to do $500 of risk, we can do 10 contracts. Order rule mark at or above 71.87. Okay. Got an OCO filled here. Now we're moving down a little bit more. We'll see. We'll just have to see. If it doesn't fill, it doesn't fill. Dude, Google, what are we doing? Google like has its own FOMC today or something. Golly. SPY's dead. Hood's dying. Microsoft's dying. Shop's dying. Nvidia's dying. Tesla ripped. Tesla always wants to do what the rest of the market's not, huh? Always. Yeah, so Tesla's done. Tesla's a great setup. I wish we would have had a better stop. It's textbook, really. Starbucks is nice, but Starbucks spreads suck. It's a textbook setup, though. It's textbook. Stop hunt, push higher, pull back, take trade, right? It's perfect setup. Like Starbucks, like leverage shares would be the way to trade Starbucks, probably. Margin shares. Good setup, though. Seriously, good setup. Really good setup. I'll have to see. I guess Google doesn't want to be bullish. Yeah, it looks like Google doesn't want to be bullish. If these two don't work out, then well, there we go. Now I got filled. Again, I don't want to give up on it, though. If we can take a high, like I'm still bullish. It's still a good setup. But let's like talk about why this potentially lost. So really, our strong low, I mean, really, we're in the kind of like a downtrend, right? So looking at this here, as we recap this trade, this high that broke, right? That's not really a high. It's not 50% or more from the previous, right? So really, our high that needs to break is actually this one, right? And that's kind of where I went wrong. It's really this high, right? Boom, low, 50%, new low. This becomes strong high, right? And that's kind of where I went wrong. Again, live and learn, like Hester just said. You live and learn. I'm going to be wrong. I'm wrong 40% of the time, but risk reward makes it worth it. I do think Google still has good upside potential. Again, I think that's the issue. And really, we have another high, low, lower high, lower low flip, right? So yeah, we really can play this. It's essentially going to be the same entry. And again, as you live and learn, right, you start to say, hey, if I would have just waited and been a little bit more patient, I wouldn't have taken the L, right? More than likely, we're going to be able to take this trade again, and I'm just going to end break even, right? That's probably what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and set up the OCO now anyways, because if we do come up here and take this high, there's a very good chance we're rotating. And it's essentially the same trade. But if we don't take the high, right, nothing matters. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to enter at 360.95. Oh wait, let's do 361 even. Right? I'm going to take that trade if we get up there. But if we don't, then we're good. Yeah, and that's perfectly normal and fine, right? It's kind of the same thing. I'm playing this. Oh, is that my entry for a swing? Hold up. That might be my entry for a swing. Yes, sir, it is. Swing alert. Okay. Swing alert. I'll get to your thing in a second. So PLTR setting up for an amazing swing opportunity. We have full trend change in trend here on a kind of a zoomed in time frame, 50% retracement, perfect opportunity for longs. I'm looking at about a 60-day trade max. So I'm going to push about a 107 expiration at the 175. I'd probably do 180 calls. That should be good. A little out of the money there. $22. Let's go 3. Boom. All right, no worries. Got in there, all good there. Change in trend. CIT is change in trend. Very similar to like a break of structure. Well, like a break of structure can be either a change like that, or a break of structure could also be, sorry, it could also be like continuation, right? So it just depends on how you label it. Like that could be BOS, but it's not a change in trend, right? It's just continuation, where this is a true break of structure / change in trend, or change in trend, right? Both ways. Come on, Goog. Show me something here, boy. Show me something, yeah. Yeah, Omar. Yeah, I got my chart here. Then I have another monitor that I'm setting up my trades, or I sometimes use my phone too. Yeah, for sure. Google's starting to come back up. Just barely stopped. I'm telling you, like, I mean, not barely. It was 10 cents, but Mr. Birdman, it would be a fine move if you're trading futures. But I don't believe you can trade options on NinjaTrader. So that it wouldn't be a fine move if you're trading options. If you're trading futures, yeah, it's probably fine. I would even do Tradeovate. I like Tradeovate better than NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader to me is very clunky and very old school. I like Tradeovate probably the best for futures. But yeah, let's talk about my hood swing trade. I don't really talk about swing trading much on the live. So this was the trade, right? We're obviously, if we zoom out, we're obviously in a great uptrend, right? We're pulling back. Okay, what has happened on this pullback? Okay, this pullback has allowed us to now change trend. We have come out of this pullback. No, you cannot trade options in TradingView for any broker. It's not set up, right? We are in this downtrend. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Touch, 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 touch. We come out of it. Explosive move. Okay. Demand forms. Boom. Demand forms. We change trend here. Okay. Then what do? We start to retrace. The reason I entered yesterday, or whenever it was, Monday, down here, I think it was Monday, right? We were right at that 50% mark right when I entered. I entered about right here, right? Again, this is looking on a daily chart, right? That gives us a beautiful 1 to 1.82 entry point. The reason I didn't wait for like a 50, which may happen, right? It may happen. The reason I didn't wait for the 50 was I saw a lot of volume here, like on a lower time frame. I think it was on Monday. Yeah, I saw this like close in like a 15 or 30 minute, and I was like, man, that looks juicy. Like we're bouncing from demand here. It's going to look good. So I went and just had and entered. Really, I'm not going to get. It's going to be $2 difference. Like I'm literally down like $300 only right now, right? Like I'm barely down. And this is going to be a 2K, 3K type profit swing. So again, I'm barely down. And so that was kind of why I entered. That was like the premise of the trade. Again, we just have higher time frame trend is up, or we are up. Okay, higher time frame trend was down. Okay, we switched. I waited for a pullback, playing the next move up, right? And the reason I'm targeting, like, why am I targeting up here versus like this gap? It's just because of my entire trade, right? If I was taking a trade that was like going to be 2 weeks, yeah, I would target down to here. But since it's like a 3 to 6 month trade, I can target up to here and let it play out. Google's starting to come up now. So Google waiting on that OCO. If you didn't get stopped out, I mean, I'm happy for you. Let's see if we can just push and get that close above, man. That's what we need. I love it. That's awesome. Let's go. Let's push. Push that P. There we go, baby. Look how delayed that alert was. Look how delayed that alert was. Sorry, can't speak. All right, let's push. So that again, that's like goes back to show for Robinhood. My strikes are the 130 strikes. So out of the money. Not out of the money. Let's go, Goog. Right. So this just goes to show like this entry was undisciplined. It's undisciplined. Obviously hindsight's 2020, but this high is not strong. So this high is not strong. This formed the strong high when we made the new low, right? Then we made a lower high, a lower low, and now we have changed trend, right? Now this is my change in trend on the lower time frame. Boom. Now this trade is setting up correctly. Now, if I lose, we had a true change of trend. Yes, I'm still in Amazon. Now, if I lose, we have a true change in trend because this trend has now been broken, right? This downtrend has now been broken. I can zoom out even more. This downtrend has been broken right here, right? Buy a candle close on a higher, if we zoom out, and so now if we come down, we have a true loss, where this loss was a stop hunt. Old way of trading, losing mentality. Let's see if we can get this to hit. Yeah, juiced. I can go over that for sure. So thought process is pretty simple. Really simple, actually. Again, you saw me do it live. It took like 7 seconds. Pretty simple. Obviously, it's always better to plan out the day a little bit sooner, a little bit faster, or have more time. Sorry. All these are going to be done. So this is how I decide, right? Like rule number 1. Let me get the text box. Rule number 1. What happened yesterday? Right, that's rule number 1. What happened yesterday? Okay, rule number 2. What is happening now? Again, I guess diving deeper. Questions I ask myself in that moment. What happened yesterday? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. What? It's best used at market open, yeah. It's best used at market open. Google's starting to push. So what happened yesterday? Were we trendy? Let me get all caps off. Were we trendy? Right, up or down? Or balanced? Okay. Choppy. Best if choppy. What is happening now? Okay. Are we inside or are we outside of TLM? Again, doesn't really matter. We just need to, it's different rules for entry depending on what they are. 3, is there anything blocking us from making a rotation? Okay, that's going to be like supply or demand zone. Okay. Or you could look at like counter trend as well. Right. Then from there, right, if I were to take this stock, will I have a solid stop? Okay. That fits my risk parameters. That's kind of what I look for, right? So let me go like this. That's a little bit easier to read. Oh, sorry. All right, that's gonna be what I look for there. So what happened yesterday? What is happening now? Is there anything blocking us from making a rotation? And if I were to take this stock or this trade, bruh. Will I have a solid stop that fits my risk parameters? So again, let's look at Google, for example. Google, if we look at market open, what happened? Okay, we opened up outside. Is there anything blocking us from rotating? All there was this high that needs to break. Again, in hindsight, it's now this high, but right. Is there anything blocking? No. Was yesterday trendy or choppy or balanced? It was balanced. Okay. Are we inside or outside of TLM? We are outside of TLM. So I need to wait for price to come inside, then I can take a trade. Amazon. All right, Amazon. Again, you could argue this as supply. You could argue that. I was playing the gap though. Right? Was yesterday balanced or trendy? We were balanced, right? We opened up here and we closed right here. We were balanced. Right? Do I have anything blocking me from rotation? This, right? Are we inside or outside? We're outside. We need price to come inside. So I need to look for price to come inside, take out the supply, pull, and then take a trade. That's what we did. Okay. SPY. Ooh, great example here. Okay, what happened yesterday? We balanced or trendy? I'd say we're pretty balanced. We're kind of trendy though, right? So we're a little bit on the trendier side, but pretty balanced. Balanced or trendy? Okay, boom. Is there something blocking us from rotating? Yes. Are we inside or outside? We're outside. So in order for me to take a trade on SPY, I need price to come inside, remove the block, pull back, and have a solid stop. Okay. Uber, are we inside or outside? Outside. Is there something blocking me from rotating? Not necessarily. I mean, we have to get inside, but then we take out that supply. So not necessarily. Okay. When we get inside, do I have a good setup? Or when we do get inside, if we were to get inside here based off where we open, do I have a good stop? No. Right. Wait for a pullback, and then wait for a new high to be formed. Then I have a trade. Hood, not looking there. I think Microsoft was on there, right? Trendy day yesterday. Yeah. Opened up here, closed here. Kind of trendy. Again, continuing downtrend. Not really tradable. Shopify. Kind of trendy yesterday. IWM, I'd argue that's pretty flat. Push higher, push back. Buyers and sellers were battling back and forth, right? Same thing. We opened up here. Open up here. Is there anything blocking me from a move higher? Nah, maybe. None of these highs are really strong, right? So again, we didn't take the trade, but I hopefully that does that help you understand my thought process at least? It was on Amazon. I had the drawing. Yeah. All right. So Amazon might be an L here. Good could be a double loss, man. What was the swing trade you took for PLTR? Very similar to what I did for Hood. Right? We have downtrend on the daily. We have low formed, volume spike, reversal, change in trend, pullback, enter, take the trade. And really, I could have my stop here too. But does that make sense, Omar? think Amazon's in there and stop. Going to be probably an unfortunate day. We'll see though. Yeah, 180 call, 135 days. Not really sure the expiration. 135 days. Sorry, 107, September 18th. No, the 180 calls was my strike price. I always set this is just like tidbit of information. I always set my target on swings to where my target is in the money. That's what I always do. That's just like my general rule of thumb. Yeah, I think we're kind of nearing stops on both, man. Market's just bleeding today. Market's bleeding, and I'm in longs, so. Yeah, I think Google's going to actually end up hitting. If you didn't get stopped out before, it's probably going to get stopped out. But again, we trust. We already have our risk set up. Like, that's how we handle losses. Losses are notable. We first read day on the live in a long, long time. But like this will truly invalidate this setup. Like that's what we want, right? The first trade was not a good trade. And I'll take ownership of that. It was not a good trade. The second one, this one, is a good trade. We have stop hunt, change in trend with a push higher, and just an unfortunate move, right? So good trade, didn't work out. First trade, bad trade, right? And it's a costly mistake, right? Costly mistake, but and Amazon, let's hit stop too. Like Amazon, yeah, I guess I could have waited for this high to break. You know, played kind of like this supply. You know, if I want to really overanalyze it. But we have a gap, we close gap, close inside. We literally came out, came back in. You know, I think it's a good trade. Even like a double top here, which typically leads to like that. But yeah, it's all good. All good. It's all good. I've never used Kalshi. Never used it. Never used Kalshi. But yeah, my suggestions for today is just go enjoy life. Like, yeah, I'm gonna probably be done for the day. Took 2 L's. Uber's setting up nice here, really. Uber's setting up really nice. But I'm gonna go take the day, go get some more coffee, hang out with the fam a little bit, take some stuff, run some errands. But everything, unfortunate day, but those happen from time to time. If it was your first time here, I'm so happy you were here. Thank you for joining us. If it's not your first time here, thank you for coming again. We love having you here. If you will, for me, I'd love if you left a like on the video. Just helps the algorithm a little bit. And if you don't, please subscribe to my YouTube. Right? All you have to do is go here to YouTube. Okay, you'll see that I'm live right in here. Boom. All you have to do is hit this little button right here that says subscribe. I'd absolutely love if you subscribe to me as I continue to start doing more and more content. But appreciate you guys for hopping on. If you guys have any questions in the Slack, feel free to DM me. Other than that, let's have a great rest of the week. Red days happen. We learn from them. Let's continue to crush the month. Start off. Let's have a great June. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.